a quiet smile as the rate cut Dennis Graff's been waiting for is finally announced.
A little bit of relief. I think it's the first step towards some of the bills coming down. So yeah, mildly happy.
Money's been tight for this father of two with a baby on the way.
It's going to save us about $1,000 a year, just this first interest rate cut. So that's not insignificant as far as my budget goes. It'll go towards one of our annual holidays or some extra classes or something for the kids.
The Reserve Bank lowered the cash rate by 0.25 percentage point, down to 4.1%.
I think the board would allow me to say yes, it was consensus.
But further cuts aren't guaranteed, with the RBA governor saying the inflation fight isn't over. What are the chances the Reserve Bank is one and done when it comes to interest rate cuts, and today's cut could be the only one that we see?
I couldn't say. What I would say is that the market is expecting quite a few more interest rate cuts till the middle of next year, about 3 more on top of this. Whether or not that eventuates is going to depend very much on the data. Our feeling at the moment is that that is far too confident.
I would call this one a hawkish cut, and what I mean by that is basically that the Reserve Bank didn't want to give the indication that it's going to cut rates aggressively from here because it doesn't want to stoke a secondary round of upside inflation, and it basically said that.
If lenders pass on the rate cut in full, homeowners with a $500,000 mortgage should see their repayments fall on average by $77 a month. And Australians with a $1 million mortgage should see their monthly repayments drop by $154.
It's a huge change for us. That's going to make a big difference.
Pretty good for a first home buyer, so yeah.
The big four banks moved within minutes, announcing they'll pass on the rate cut in full. But it'll still take about a couple of weeks before you notice the rates on your home loan come down. As a borrower, you have the choice of reducing your minimum monthly repayment or keeping them as they are in order to pay off the loan quicker. Either way, it'll cost you less.
We're seeing mortgage holders who are under enormous amounts of financial stress and who are really just hanging in by a thread. So this will be welcome.
With an election looming, politicians were quick to jump on the announcement.
This is the rate relief that Australians need and deserve. Now, we know that it won't fix every challenge we have in our economy or in household budgets, but it will help.
The journey is far from over. Australian families have done the hard work here, and they deserve this interest rate increase because they're the ones that have done the work.
Economists don't expect much more relief in the next few months.
Well, I'd be reasonably of the view that we won't get another cut ahead of the election.
Dennis is depending on more rate cuts to ease pressure on his family finances. But first, a bit of celebrating.
We've got a mate coming over tonight, so we might have a beer and talk about what we're going to do with our extra $1,000 a year that we've got each now.
Welcome rate relief for borrowers across the nation.